Think about the last time you saw someone walk into a room, and everyone just stopped. They didn't shout. They didn't wave their hands. They didn't even need to say a word. But suddenly, every eye was on them. Every voice went quiet. That's not magic. That's presence. That's power. And here's the crazy thing. That power doesn't come from words. It comes from silence. See, real strength isn't loud. It doesn't need to prove itself. It doesn't rush to speak or argue. True power sits still, watches, waits, and then strikes at the perfect time. In a world full of noise, where everyone's talking, posting, yelling, fighting for attention, the quiet one becomes the storm. The calm one wins the war. The one who doesn't speak controls the conversation. Sun Tzu, the ancient general, said, "The greatest victory is the one won without fighting." And Machiavelli wrote, "A wise man never shows all his cards." They both knew something most people still don't. When you stop talking, you start listening. When you listen, you start understanding. And when you understand, you hold power. Let's be honest, most people can't handle silence. It makes them nervous. It makes them feel small. When things get quiet, they start talking fast, trying to fill the space to feel safe again. But when they talk too much, they give away everything. Their fears, their dreams, their weaknesses, their plans. And the quiet person? They just listen. They just learn. That's how strong minds win before the battle even starts. Think about a chess master. They don't talk during the match. They don't explain every move. They sit still. They watch. They calculate. And when they finally touch a piece, the whole board changes. That's silence at work. That's control. Even in daily life, silence separates the leaders from the followers. The boss who listens while others argue ends up making the right call. The athlete who blocks out the noise and trains in silence. That's the one who wins when the lights come on. The person who can sit alone, think deeply, and not rush. That's the one who builds something that lasts. Silence isn't weakness. It's discipline. It's the sound of a mind that doesn't need to prove anything. There's an old saying. The lion doesn't need to tell you it's a lion. It just walks, and every creature in the jungle knows. Be that lion. Stop explaining yourself to people who don't understand your vision. Stop arguing with people who aren't listening. Stop wasting your energy trying to prove who you are. Because silence speaks louder than any speech ever could. When someone doubts you, stay silent. When they insult you, stay silent. When they underestimate you, stay silent. Let your results do the talking. Let your actions scream the truth they tried to deny. That's what real strength looks like. And I get it, it's hard. It's hard not to react. It's hard not to defend yourself when someone's lying about you or tearing you down. But silence doesn't mean surrender. It means you're choosing peace over noise. It means you're building power instead of wasting it. Because here's the secret. People who talk too much are giving away their energy. They're burning fuel trying to be seen. But those who stay quiet, they're storing it. They're building pressure. And when they finally move, the world feels it. You ever notice how in movies the most feared characters say the least? Think of The Godfather. Think of Darth Vader. They don't waste words. They use silence like a sword. Because silence forces people to wonder. And wonder creates power. Even in your own life. The less you explain, the more mysterious you become. The more mysterious you are, the more respect you command. When you're quiet, people start asking questions. What's he thinking? What's she planning? What do they know that I don't? That's control. That's power without saying a thing. And it's not just in business or politics. It's in everyday life. At school, at work, in relationships. Silence changes everything. Next time someone tries to argue with you, don't yell back. Just pause. Look at them. Let the silence do the work. Watch how they get uncomfortable. Watch how they start revealing more and more just to break that quiet. Because silence is a mirror. And when you hold it up, people start seeing themselves. The truth is, power isn't in what you say. It's in what you don't need to say. When you stay quiet long enough, you learn things. You start noticing the tone in people's voices. The nervous tapping of fingers. The cracks between their words. You begin to see people, not just hear them. And that's a skill most will never master. Silence lets you see behind the mask. It lets you watch the world while staying invisible. And the invisible one? That's the one no one can predict. That's the one everyone underestimates, until it's too late. That's how empires were built. That's how legends are made. Not by shouting. Not by begging to be noticed. But by waiting, until the world can't ignore you anymore. There's a quote I love. Move in silence and let your success make the noise. That's not just a saying, it's a life code. Because the loud ones fade fast. The quiet ones last. So yes, learn to speak with power, but also learn to shut up with purpose. Because every time you choose silence, you choose strength. Don't be afraid of being misunderstood. Don't be afraid of people talking about you. Let them. Every time they talk, you learn something. Every time you listen, you grow sharper. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs more focus. It needs more self-control. It needs people who can lead with calmness, not chaos. So the next time you walk into a room, don't rush to fill the space. Let your silence walk in first. Let your energy do the talking. Let your calm be the loudest voice in the room. And when it's time to speak, speak with truth. Speak with purpose. Speak only when your words can shake the ground beneath you. That's the power of silence. That's how the strong lead. That's how the wise win. That's how you rise above the noise. Not by shouting louder, but by speaking less and meaning more. Remember this: a whisper from a focused soul is louder than a scream from a lost one. So move quietly, think deeply, act boldly, and let the world feel your silence before it ever hears your voice. If this video gave you something to reflect on, like it, share it, and subscribe for more.